What up, y'all? This is Terrence J, man. Listen, right now I'm so excited to talk to one of my favorite new artists right now. And he's actually not that new. He's been doing this thing for quite some time. So welcome to the show, Jack Harlow. What's good, man?
My guy, how are you?
Listen, man, you've been grinding for a long time. I'm really close friends with DJ Drama. He put me on to you a minute ago. And I know you've been on tour and moving across the country. How are you, first and foremost?
Hard to complain, man. I got no issues over here, man. I'm feeling good.
You started the year off back in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? You did your thing. You got to see family and friends. The song started bubbling. The G-Eazy song starts bubbling. You pop in, starts hitting all the clubs, and then boom. The world shuts down. We're under quarantine. All the touring stops. Everything stops. How has this adjustment been for you? Because over these past 2-3 years, you've been spending a lot of time on the road.
Yeah, man, it's not ideal, but, I'm trying to see the brighter side of things. I'm trying to look at the glass as half full because this could be going on and I wouldn't have a hot record. You know what I mean? It might end up being a blessing in disguise. So I try not to get too down about it. I'd love to be on the road. I'd love to be picking up bags at all the clubs. But for now, God wants me inside, and he wants me working on the new music. So I'm at peace.
You dropped a freestyle on my birthday, April 21st, just kind of talking about everything going on, in the crib, girls that you can't see now because we're stuck on quarantine, vibes that you would have felt. How are you drawing inspiration even though we're at home?
Well, I was talking to one of my good friends about what's going on, and he suspects there's a chance for a creative renaissance to come out of something like this. You know what I mean? The darkest times sometimes produce the best art. So, I'm drawing inspiration from what the world's going through right now, because in 30 years, when they listen back, 2020 is going to be remembered as this. What's going on right now, that's how they're going to remember 2020, and I'd like the art to reflect that. I'm not making as many party records because I'm not in as many parties. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting the world guide my pen right now.
It's crazy because when you talk about generations and timing, you'll always hear people talk about World War II. And if you was around during then, what you experienced, you'll hear people talk about, 9/11 if they were in New York at the time. This is something that I think is connecting everybody across the globe, unlike anything any of us have ever seen in our lifetime. And like you said, man, this is when the Henry Fords come out and create the cars. This is when, the artists come out with their magnum opuses. How is your process now in compartmentalizing your time and your day? For me, I gotta sometimes just step away from the TV and just really focus in on being creative because it's easy to get in a rut and out of your rhythm when you're at the house.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, one thing I've changed is I started taking some melatonin sometimes to help me get to sleep earlier. Because I'm trying to start my days earlier. It starts to add up when you're waking up at 11 or noon days in a row. Yeah, so I drift off between like 12 and 1 every night, and I'm waking up closer between 8 to 10. I mean, I aim for 9. But then I get up and, I run on the treadmill. I'm trying to build a routine because I totally agree with you that it's easy to fall into a rut. So this is the first time in my life I've been getting up this early on purpose.
I don't know what's going on with my body, bro. This morning right now, like I woke up at 5 a.m. and I just could not go back to sleep. And then it's like between like 4:30 and like 7:30 every morning, like I'm wired. And then I'll hit like a hard nap after that. And so maybe the melatonin, I need that. I found there was some gummy things they had at Target and I've been trying those, but they're not really knocking me out the way I need. So I might have to jump into that.
I mean, I recommend, it's dangerous if you get like a high dosage and you become attached to it, but it works for me, man. And it's a natural chemical we have. So I like it. And I'm not really much of a medicine taker, but this I would co-sign.
I saw your grandma on your Instagram holding up one of your articles back home when you were in the arts section. How is she doing right now?
She's good. She's a very independent woman. So she thinks she can just leave the crib and walk around, and I have to call her all the time like, will you please stay in the house? I just beg her like, stay in the house, and she's always threatening me like, if I got sick, I would give a ventilator up to a younger person. And I say, that's very nice of you, but I prefer you just didn't get sick. Why don't you just stay in the house? Yeah. So she's okay though. She's staying healthy. She's a very crafty woman. She likes to build her own masks. So she's
she's putting that. Did she send you a mask in a care package?
Not yet. She's like creating these shields and stuff. I don't know. She's crazy.
Well, if you decide to go into business, let me invest in the Grandma Shield business. That sounds like a good. It sounds like a good business, you know. Harlow Shields and Co. I love it.
Stock's rising, man.
Do you feel like having elderly people in your life makes you respect this more? You know, I got older people in my family, and it's like for me, anytime I see cats talking about like, you know, going outside, I'm like, yo, guys. Especially if you have elder people in your family, we got to protect them right now more than ever. I know you and me, you know, hopefully if we got hit with it, our immune systems will help us bounce back. But right now, this is something that's affecting older people and especially people in the Black and brown community as well. We getting hit with this hard. So have you felt like, you know, more sensitive towards it?
I mean, absolutely. And I honestly, I've taken it serious from the jump. There was never a part of me that thought it was kind of silly or didn't really believe it. So, yeah, man, I mean, it's super serious. And, you know, it's affected people that aren't even that old. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Fred the Godson. You know what I mean? There's stuff that's just, it's sad, bro. And we just got to get through this time. It's one of God's tests, I guess. But, yeah, man, I have a lot of respect for it.
For sure, man. Are you catching up on things, man? Are there albums that you're listening to right now, music that you're plugged into? A lot of people dropping. I saw you was listening to Drake's new album mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you heard the Chris Brown, Thugger. Like a lot of people are dropping. You plugged in everything? What you listening to?
I'm listening to a lot of older music. I'm listening to a lot of 70s music, a lot of David Bowie, Hall & Oates, Marvin Gaye. I'm really doing my studying because that's something, a lot of music that's iconic to people and shifted cultures that I missed out on. So I'm really taking this time to try and absorb stuff I never absorbed. I mean, there's hit songs from the 70s and 80s that I don't know, that everyone apparently knows. So I'm going back and every day I'm doing my research and trying to sharpen my songwriting. So yeah, I'm on it, man. I'm actually a bigger music listener right now than I've probably ever been. So I'm tapped in.
Sometimes, you know, you mentioned the plan of the universe and God and whatever it may be, it has to slow us down in order to do that. You know, ironically, and as much in the film as I am, I had never watched all three Godfathers like in a row. Like I seen them kind of over the years and I knew, but like I sat down one day, 9 hours straight and just watched the entire Godfather trilogy. You know what I'm saying? And it's
my favorite.
It's the best. It's the best. Number 3 was kind of a disappointment.
It's not as strong, but regardless, it don't take away from those first two.
Oh, my God, bro.
I'm happy you brought those up because those might be the greatest films ever.
Dude, I mean, just the entire – and it's crazy because we're so used to watching movies not in a linear way like that, right? Like we'll see a movie come out, but to see it spread out over the years like that and to see Al Pacino's just growing in age, it was crazy. And it's also, you know, when you watch films like that for somebody like you, you're on the cusp of superstardom. You are destined to be a big star. Do you take notes from movies and art on how you want to conduct yourself in your business with your family? Because I know you keep a lot of your people around you.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I like movies as much, if not more, than music. I love movies. And I think a lot of it attributes to my writing style. Some of my music has been described as cinematic, and I don't know how intentional that was, but I like to paint pictures. I like conversational music. I like movies with a lot of dialogue. And so, if anything, it's even more of an artistic thing. You know, I love characters. I love when they say fly stuff. Like a lot of the dudes in the movies we're talking about right now, they say one of a kind, unique things. That's what I'm looking for. That's what bars are to me. I mean, you can get clever, you can get metaphorical, but how original can you say something that no one else will say it that way? That's really what the root of it is. So I think the best movies provide dialogue and characters and moods that you can't get from anywhere else. So I definitely take influence from movies. It's huge. And when you see a character that's dope, in that moment, you're just like, man, I want to be like him. I need to act like him more often.
So, I mean, it's kind of clear from the outside looking, but I feel like music. So this last year you were on tour a ton. You got some singles that are really, you know, bubbling right now. I know you got some more in the chamber. I feel like these next couple years, you're going to hit them hard. Is the 5-year away plan jumping into acting or even sooner than that?
I've done some auditions in the last few months. I've had some shows reach out for auditions, so I'm gonna let it come. It's not something I feel like fiercely passionate about yet, but
What's Poppin' is a mini movie.
Yeah.
What's Poppin' video looks like? Were you involved in the creative direction of it as well?
Nah. Cole Bennett, I got to give him all the credit on the idea. I had some tweaks here and there, but he wrote the concept.
Yeah, nah, you took the diner. It felt like, I was like, okay. It looked like a Ryan Murphy / Riverdale / who knows what's going to happen project. It was super fire, bro.
I'd like to act, bro. I really would. I'd like to. So we'll see when that happens. Hopefully before I get too old and my looks fade. So we'll see.
Listen, man, listen, trust me, it happens faster than you want, brother. It happens faster.
How old are you? How old are you?
Bro, I just, April 21st, I turned 38. I had a little beard going. I got into a bet with Marlon Wayans the other day, and I shaved it. So I'm a little baby face, but.
Oh, yeah, you got youthful vibes. And it's crazy you say that because at the beginning of quarantine, I told all my followers, in fact, you can look at my story right now, and I had a beard yesterday, a full beard. I shaved last night, just like you did.
Yeah.
It was the longest my beard's ever been. I never had a full beard until then, so I'm babyface freshly too. I'm 12 hours in.
You too, bro. Literally 12 hours in. I was kind of getting used to it, and I kind of fucked up my mustache a little bit. I gotta maybe go in there and rework it a little bit. But I was kind of getting used to it, but it's a little itchy. If you're not used to it, like
that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly why I shaved it, man. I was sitting there and I'm like, bro, I'm sick of this, and I told my followers I'm gonna keep my beard until they find a cure. But I couldn't hang in there.
Bro, when I was going to sleep, the little sleep that I was getting, it was like at a thing where it was like stabbing me in the face. I guess once you get like Rick Ross, Khaled level, it's a little just softer on your face.
Yeah.
If you're not all the way there, it's just like you just get jammed in your face all day.
It's a tough journey. It's a tough journey.
it's a tough journey, man. It's a tough journey. Well, look, in so many cities, they're reopening in increments. I'm praying and hoping that, especially for, you know, all of the frontliners and everybody that's out there on the front line, I hope that we see a decline and that things get in a better place. And obviously, we all hope there's a vaccine soon. But are there things that you want to accomplish before the doors open up? Because it was almost like, for me, once I started seeing, I live in California. Where do you live?
Atlanta.
In Atlanta. So you guys already have the doors open for like a week and some change now, 2 weeks now.
Yeah, they're out and about.
Are there things you want to accomplish? Because I've started almost looking at it like, man, now that this is almost over, there are things that I wanted to get done before I'm back on the road.
Yeah, you're not ready for it to be over.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you. Well, I had a goal of getting a little bit more fit, and I've lost 12 pounds since quarantine started just from running, so I'm happy about that. And then just the music. I've been writing a lot, and, you know, I'm pretty satisfied with what I already have, but it makes me want to put my foot on the pedal even harder right now, just so I can say that, you know, there was a silver lining to all this. Like, I can look back and say, wow, look at what we created. Look at what we did during that dark time, so. Yeah, man, I got some goals.
I think it's beautiful, man. I think, like I said, when I heard, when I saw the freestyle that you dropped on my birthday, it was just good to see somebody saying things that were on my mind, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we're all going through this, and I think, you know, in devastation, you find there's always silver linings, right? In every rainstorm, there's always flowers that bloom from it, and I hope that there's a new level of humanity and connectivity that we all feel, because we now all, no matter who you meet, whatever airplane you might be on in the future, what country you might been in, there's a level of connectivity that we never had before this. You know, this generation now has something that's a glue for all of us. So
we all went through it. Yeah, that's a great point, man. That's well said.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Well, listen, man, like I said, man, I'm a fan. I got my eye on you, man. You got people that are rooting for your success. keep dropping bars, keep motivated, keep positive, bro. And I hope to see you on a movie set someday as well, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. And, thanks for the love from the beginning. And I'm sure we'll cross paths soon, brother.
Look forward to it, man. Stay safe, stay home, bro. All right.